вашего управления Словакией Словакия стала одной из самых привлекательных для инвесторов страной Восточной Европы, особенно в автомобильной отрасли. В чем ваш секрет и как вам это удалось?
Look, the first priority was to ensure our friends, international community, that all democratic processes in Slovakia are irreversible. And then, of course, it was necessary to modernize the country. When I was reading about Kharkiv region, it reminded me Slovakia. Slovakia or Czechoslovakia was a state power in producing tanks, but we produced at that time no passenger car. But then, after the fall of Berlin Wall, after the fall of communism, we have been expelled to strong competition. So we understood very, very quickly that if we want to succeed in this competition, we should create business-friendly environment. It means to create a space in which it is possible to operate, to invest money. So we have decided immediately to prepare a package of reforms, thanks to which it was possible to create such friendly business environment. So the basis of our success has been created by two pillars. Very clear political orientation, running to NATO and EU, and modernizing our economy via reforms. I have never been confronted with the love of the West towards Slovakia. This is not about love or hatred. This is about your ability or will and ability to fulfill criteria. If you are sticking to these rules, you are welcome. The door is open. That look, if you implement or adopt anti-democratic measures, if you beat the opposition, if you create the pressure on free media, all these steps are not compatible with Western values. I felt and I knew that the Slovak people want to live in a better space. Maybe not dreaming about the West, loving US, but just to live in a better space. And I was watching every day, but I realized immediately that maybe the EU is not a paradise, but for Slovakia, for my nation, there is no better choice. So your story of the latest years is for me something like a déjà vu. And I am very happy that people of Ukraine have decided for a better life. And I am here because I feel that this is my obligation. If you want to share our experience.
Как вы относитесь, скажем, к процедуре иллюстрации, если вы слышали о ней?
Of course, it was also a question in Czechoslovakia. We did something, but the process was not very successful and deep enough. So we feel still some old-fashioned sentiments in Slovakia. I will tell you very concretely why. Judiciary, for instance, is our weakness. Maybe the greatest weakness of Slovakia. Because we wanted to be pure Democrats and to divide state power, parliamentarians' competencies, and justice. And I respected this natural division of power. But today, it seems to me that we did a mistake in this area. Потому что these old-fashioned people not only feel the old sentiment, but in practical life, they decide quite often unpredictably. They are not active enough. You have to wait for many, many years for the final verdict. And it creates a very bad atmosphere in society. So if the country is able to promote some substantial reforms in this sector, in this segment as well, I would say, okay, it is welcome. It doesn't mean that we organize some pogroms, some revanche, but just to make this segment more fair, справедливым. Yeah. Ну, посмотрите, я не вижу никаких драматических ошибок. Не вижу. But on the other side, we have to admit all the time that the things could be done better. We lost some times, especially in frame of my first government, because the coalition was very broad. But who can tell me that it was a mistake? We just needed to stabilize the society. We should show that we will not organize a revanche. Many people shouted at me that I should put Mr. Mečiar to the prison. I lost a lot of my popularity by explaining that this is not my role. And I told President Yanukovych that it was a mistake to put Yulia to the prison. It was politically not normal, not fair. Something has been done in Ukraine. A friend of mine, Mikuláš, who is serving now as a special advisor of 2 ministers, is telling me that Ukraine did over the last 1.5 years more than during the last 20 years. But he is adding immediately that not enough. The reforms should be more comprehensive and the pace of reforms should be higher. If I should pick up one area in which I would act differently, I would tell you, political leadership. If the information is right, and this information is saying that only 39% of legislation, we speak about reforms, is passing to the Verkhovna Rada, this is a small touch. Do you know what was percentage in my case? Not 90%. 100. If one legislation dealing with reform would not be passed, I had 2 possibilities: to resign or to kick off this people. I did it. I changed many ministers in my 2 governments, not because he or she was nice or ugly. My criteria was only one. Do you run fulfilling your homework, or you want to complicate it? So political leadership is missing. Someone should shoulder responsibility. Many people will tell you, yes, Dzurinda brought us to the EU. This is fantastic. But he was very crazy, tightening the belts. It was so painful. People will tell you. But my question is very simple. Is there a profit or a gain without pain? No success is possible without pain. This is why very strong political leadership is needed to promote reforms, to communicate with the public. This is a difference. What I observe here in Ukraine and what I remember from my... It is a little bit a sort of a trap. The war or the pressure or aggression should not be taken as an excuse. It would be unbelievably big mistake. There is only way how to be successful, to promote reforms. The best answer on aggression is the success story of Ukraine. Slovakia in 1997 was labeled by US Secretary of State as a black hole of Europe. It was summer 1997. In February 2005, in 8 years, Slovakia, as NATO and EU member, hosted 2 strongest presidents in the world, Bush Jr. and Vladimir Putin. So fantastic change. I would like to inspire, to push for reforms, to look more ahead than to the past. As Obama says, you can.